What's better than a perfect fillet? Well, one topped with luscious crab meat and a beautiful Bernaise sauce. We're making steak Oscar. What's up everybody, James with JB's Sous Vide, and I'm so glad you're back. If it's your first time here and you're looking to up your sous vide game, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button down below and stick around for some great sous vide cooking. Steak Oscar, a dish of many different textures and flavors. What is it? Well, it's normally a nice tender fillet topped with luscious lump crab meat and then finished off with a decadent hollandaise or Bernaise sauce, more traditionally a Bernaise. And that's what we're going to use today. We're going to use a Bernaise sauce. We're going to use sous vide to get a perfectly tender fillet. And also, we're going to use the sous vide for the sauce as well. That's right, we're doing the Bernaise sauce sous vide as well. Now, why would you want to do this sauce sous vide? Well, one, convenience. You can hold it in that water bath until you're ready to finish, right? So it all goes in one bag. When you're ready to finish it, you can take it out, put it in your container, and blend it up. But okay, let's get right into it. Let's prep our fillets. We're starting out here with 2 dry-aged fillets from Porter Road. Their stuff has been phenomenal lately and my #1 order spot. Now here I'm going to truss up my fillets. You don't need to do this at all. This really is only for presentation value. I also like to do it with steak Oscars so that when the fillets cook, I have a nice even surface to sear and place that lump crab on. There are plenty of videos online that talk about trussing and special knots, but in my experience, if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. Remember that. Once they're all tied, I'm going to season these generously with salt. All sides now. If you don't know already, I usually like to dry brine my meat for as long as I can, but sometimes you just don't have the time. Today, they're going to go right into the bag. And you'll notice I'm going to use a Ziploc bag here over a vacuum sealed bag. This again for presentation. I don't want to vacuum them and make them cook in a weird position. Just a preference here. Alright, let's talk about fillet time and temperatures. While I know most like to try and take their fillet temps and go as low as possible, you don't really need to do that or want to do that. You really don't need to go anything below like a 129. You'll see when we do the cross section, I did 130 and it's going to be plenty red for you. The reason why you want to avoid going for below 129 for extended period of times is as you start pushing out that time, the more you hold that meat in what's called the danger zone. This danger zone is where that bad meat bacteria grows. And while it's not necessarily likely you could get sick, you still can. For a 2-hour fillet cook, it's really not something you have to worry about. It's just something to be generally aware of. As far as time, I'm going to say between 2 and 4 hours. If you have something like a prime or a Wagyu fillet, 2 hours is all you need. You just need it coming up to temperature and getting to that internal temperature. If you have a choice grade or below though, I'd recommend going about 3 or 4 hours. Allows it to get up to temp and then do a little bit of tenderizing. Not much, but it's just something. For our shallot, we're going to give it a nice dice. What we're going to do here is try and combine the shallot and the vinegar and a bit of tarragon and reduce all of those flavors to concentrate them. We'll add our diced shallots into a bowl, ½ teaspoon of tarragon, and 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. We're going to take that over to a pan. We're going to set this pan over on medium heat. We're going to add all the ingredients in. We're going to reduce all this on medium till it's about half. Once that's reduced, we're going to strain and reserve the remaining liquid. We'll take another Ziploc bag. We'll add in a stick of butter that I've already cut up, just for melting purposes. Add in 5 egg yolks, 1/4 cup of water, ½ teaspoon of salt, the remaining ½ teaspoon of tarragon, and we'll transfer that over to the water bath. Once you're ready to finish your sauce, we can pour it into a receptacle that's going to be friendly to a blender. An immersion blender works fantastic here for this. With everything in the bin, you can just blend it till it's smooth. If it is a little too thick, you can add a few drops of water here and there to make it a little bit more viscous and easy to use. One thing to note here is that you can't really reheat this sauce with the sous vide. I know, sad, but ask me how I know. And there is about the consistency I like. Okay, fillets are ready, let's give them a sear. Glove of avocado oil in the pan, and we're going to put it on high heat until it's smoking. I seasoned both of these fillets with Meat Church Holy Cow before putting them in the pan. We'll sear on the first side for about a minute, flip it over in another minute on the other side. And make sure you get those sides. And we'll plate these fillets up on a bed of asparagus. A nice, generous helping of lump crab on top. Spoon your sauce over it. And cross-section time. Alright, let's see how we did here. I'm pretty excited. I haven't had steak Oscar in a while. This is so good. Look at that. Perfect. Edge to edge. That Bernaise sauce looks perfect. I can't get a little bit of that Bernaise sauce on there. Perfect. The filet is so tender. Sous vide just really does it justice. And that Bernaise sauce, the acidity, delicious. Crab is good. I can take it or leave it. But it really just adds that little texture on top. The Bernaise, though, is the real show with that lean filet. Delicious. All right, if you got something out of that video, go give it a like down below. Hit that subscribe button and go check out some of the other videos we got for you. Catch you on the next one.